So I thought we'd talk about different ways of selecting things. We've already looked at the black arrow or the selection tool, which if you click one time on an object and click and drag, it'll separate the object from the stroke. If I double click, it'll move the entire object, including the stroke. But there's also a tool right here called the lasso tool. And the way the lasso tool works is that I can just click and drag and select an area, and it'll break it up into parts. And if I change the color, it'll look something like this. Again, I'm going to Command Z that. Your lasso tool has options, one being the polygon mode, in which case I click and it'll follow me wherever my mouse goes, and I can get a more specific area. And that is the lasso tool. Now I'm going to Command Z again, and I'm going to show you this. This is kind of neat. With Flash, if I take the line tool, which is basically a line tool, and I click and drag, it will now separate my object into two sections. I can even come to the point of the line, and it'll separate the line at the junction between the two objects, and now I can move it around. Or if I need to erase it, I could either use my eraser tool, which we'll get to, or I could just click on it and you'll see it selects up until the junction, and I can delete it. So I just select it and hit the delete key. And so if I want to change the color, I have two options. One, I could select it, change the color here, or two, if it's deselected, I can use the paint bucket, in which case I could just choose whichever color I want. So in the next video we'll talk about the adjustments of the paint bucket.